No one is slowing down in this hiring race for the right talent. That's why Principal wants to help you stay competitive by providing a comprehensive benefits package tailored to your company's and your team's needs. Because having the right benefits may help you reward and retain your team so they feel valued, motivated, and ready for the future. And that makes all the difference for your business. From large corporations to small and mid-sized businesses, Principal has the retirement and group benefits plans customized for your goals. Your company's future depends on its people. Give them the tools they need to succeed. Talk to your financial professional today about the right benefit plans from Principal. Principal Life Insurance Company, Des Moines, Iowa. For important information about our products, visit principal.com/disclosures.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
The time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast 78-year-old Joe Biden. May have heard of the guy, big forehead, lives in Washington, D.C. Well, last week he was in Scotland at the Global Climate Summit. Biden was making small talk with Camilla Parker Bowles, a.k.a. the Duchess of Cornwall, if you will, and during their conversation, Biden farted. Now, the fart itself was described as, quote, long and loud and impossible to ignore. The source adds that, quote, Camilla has not stopped talking about it since the incident happened. I have not heard it. I want to see the video. I want to hear this fart. As far as I understand, it was just an old man slip.
None of it was that long and that loud and that prevalent.
He's 78, man. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to cut it off. Like you already started.
Even if I met Joe Biden, you know what I mean? And I said, hold on for a minute. He'd probably But on the flip side, that's not the same as.
I don't know that the Duchess of wherever the hell it is she's from has that same sensibility. Mm-hmm. They said she's actually upset and cannot stop talking.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
No, so she's the queen of the Dutch oven and doesn't like that. All right, come on.
So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please, everyone? Now, Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Peyton. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Peyton, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. You have your choice of one of three stories. We have the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what does someone find in their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Miles, where are we going?
I think we should go drugs. You know why, Peyton? Do you want to know why?
I know why.
Why?
Because bath salts is going to goddamn show up for a change.
I'll tell you in advance, not even one of the options.
Damn it.
Oh.
The confidence.
I know.
Throw this crushed me.
I'm sorry, man. You shouldn't listen to me. You should have learned that from the Broncos. All right, 81-year-old man. He was arrested for trafficking a large amount of drugs during an undercover operation. Again, he was 81 years old. Luis Carnet Heredia. He faces charges of trafficking illegal drugs, working along with the DEA. Detectives sent a confidential informant to an apartment building with $60,000 in cash to buy almost a kilogram of drugs from this guy. Agents and detectives, they watched as our suspect made contact with the informant, then got into a vehicle in the building's parking garage with a red bag. That's when they moved in to arrest him. Now, in bond court, the suspect's lawyer told the judge that the defendant should not be held behind bars without bond because he's elderly and susceptible to COVID-19. Well, the judge said, yeah, whatever. He imposed a bond of $500,000. Basically, this guy will have to prove that he has the bond money coming from a legitimate source if he wants to get out of prison. But if it's convicted, he faces a 25-year sentence. The question is, what drug was he selling? Was it cocaine, not bath salts? Heroin, not bath salts? Meth, not bath salts? Or fentanyl? So cocaine, heroin, meth, or fentanyl?
And what place was that again?
This was in Miami, Florida.
Heroin.
And how old is the dude?
81.
And how much drug?
Hold on. This says a large amount of drugs.
And I feel like Miami, cocaine feels pretty... And this guy's still doing it?
Yeah, at 81.
I'm going cocaine.
Ted's going coke. I have a feeling that fentanyl is in all these drugs, even fentanyl. But based on what Ted said, the fact that this guy is 81 years old, he's been doing this for a long time, and he's in Miami, Florida. To give you an idea, Peyton, I don't know if you want to change your answer or not, but the University of Miami this month, in November, just issued a statement that said it's going to be a no coke November. They are selling T-shirts, just like a sober January, to encourage their students at the university for 1 month only.
Just 1 month, like dry January.
1 month to not do cocaine. So based on that and what Ted said...
I think they're basing it off something else, though.
They are, but it's still campus-wide, which is a little bit strange.
No,
they are basing it off Garfield a little bit, too. Did you see the T-shirts?
Oh, no. There's a lot of things. I can't say it, but November is also no something November.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh. So I'm going to stick with cocaine. Peyton, you going to stick with heroin on this?
Yeah, I definitely think heroin.
We're going to find out what this guy was hawking there. Was it cocaine, heroin, meth, or fentanyl next?
Uh-oh.
God damn it. Damn it.
Wait for it.
That was a tease.
9 KISW.
Category drugs on profile this. We got an 81-year-old man in Miami arrested for trafficking drugs. Sting busted him. Through an informant, bond was set at $500,000, none of which can be drug money, so it can't pay.
That is correct.
Question is, what is this guy still peddling after all these years? Or maybe it's his new drug. Who knows? Cocaine, heroin, meth, or fentanyl?
V. Ted Smith, let's start with you.
Oh, dang it. It seemed too easy.
Right, it's Miami, Florida. It's the most logical guess. However, oh, God damn, that was loud. No, that is, it was not cocaine.
All right.
Miles Montgomery, you went in fentanyl.
No, I went cocaine with Ted.
Oh, did you go cocaine?
Yeah,
okay, well, yeah, still wrong. And
thank you for making sure he got a personal too.
Ted, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. My pleasure. And Peyton, you went with heroin, which seems the least likely.
However, Peyton, nice work.
Slinging the hayride.
All right. Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents
Armageddon.
TV Time with Ted.
Yay.
All right, your choices today, if I can read them. The Jimmys.
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel.
Weekend update from Saturday Night Live.
All right.
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
That's right there, the title. These guys have teams of talented professional writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late-night joke, and from whom? Or could it be a V. Ted Smith original?
It's being reported that mothers in California are trying to pass on COVID antibodies to their children by making them smoothies with their breast milk. Oh, sure. But when I asked for it, I'm escorted out of Jamba Juice.
SNL.
Yeah, SNL.
Yeah, it's SNL.
It was reported that mothers in California are trying to pass on COVID vaccine antibodies to their children by making them smoothies with their breast milk. Oh, sure, but when I asked for that, I'm escorted out of Jamba Juice.
New York City has extended its $100 vaccine incentive to kids 5 through 11 Meanwhile, the smart kids are like, make it 200, or we start doing our own research.
Fallon. Weekend update.
That's Fallon.
Well, get this. I saw that New York City has extended its $100 vaccine incentive to kids ages 5 to 11. Ooh. Meanwhile, the smart kids are like, yeah, make it 200 or we start doing our own research.
There's a farmer in New Zealand who grew a potato so big it broke records, and they gave it a name, which is odd because I thought all potatoes had names.
SNL. Jimmy Fallon.
Ted Smith.
Ted Smith.
Damn it. I just like eating potatoes. Ready to get in the pot, fella?
Hey, Greg. How about you?
Hey, Nick. Get the pot.
It's Mr. Potato Head, sir, to you.
Oh, good point.
Apple has begun dropping mask mandates in some of its stores. Some think it's because declining numbers. Others say it's because Apple's about to release the iMac Pro. iMac.
Fallon. Weekend update.
Fallon.
Apple began dropping mask mandates at some of its U.S. stores. Some think it's because of the declining cases, but others say it's just because Apple's about to release the iMac Pro.
A high school principal had to apologize for unsportsmanlike conduct of the school's football team after they beat another team 106-0. Apology accepted, said the Jets.
That's going to be Weekend Update or Fallon.
Fallon.
That's Weekend Update.
A high school principal has apologized for unsportsmanlike conduct of the school's football team after they beat another team 106-0. Apology accepted, said the Jets.
The Jets are terrible.
They really are, man.
I was going to say, we did SNL. Saturday Night Live was pretty funny this week. There was a few good sketches. I know some people don't watch it on the weekend, so I won't give away everything, but there was definitely a couple that right? Because I didn't watch it till yesterday evening, right? It's like Sunday night. I'm like, you know what? Put on SNL. I didn't watch it. I was pleasantly surprised. To me, anytime I can watch like a movie or something, or even a TV show, when you audibly are laughing out loud by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
right,
a good sign.
I'm like, all right, this is a good one. Especially that sketch we were talking about in the office today with the stick shift.
Yeah.
I don't know why that one just got me every time. I just was dying laughing. Now, speaking of the Jets, yesterday had to be one of the craziest damn days I've ever seen in football in my life.
It was, wait till you hear our picks coming up with the men's or Matt hour. It was brutal.
God, yeah.
Well, that wasn't just us, dude.
It's anybody. You take the safe pick.
I mean,
Jacksonville's playing anybody. You pick anybody, right?
Correct. Especially after the Seahawks, who lost 2 games in a row, didn't look awesome. You got Geno Smith in there. They absolutely gave it to Jacksonville and made Jacksonville look. I don't know how you make a team that's won and whatever look worse, but they did.
They did.
And then Jacksonville just came out and beat the Bills, which
in Buffalo.
I still think the Bills are a very good team and probably have a real shot at making the Super Bowl. But dang, that's laying an egg like on another level, because there's always games you'll lose. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason the 72 Dolphins are the only undefeated team in history of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The Patriots went regular season undefeated ones, undefeated.
Yeah,
but it's it's very hard to do. But for the Bills, just like dang,
that's not the game you lose though.
That's
not the one. That's the difference, right?
And that's not the game that they win. You wouldn't imagine the Jags going into nobody had the Jags beating Buffalo at all.
If the Jags placed bets in Vegas, they'd have bet on Buffalo.
Yes.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, Buffalo is not bad. Jacksonville's not good. I still think Buffalo has a real shot at the Super Bowl, and I still think Jacksonville has a real shot of firing Urban Meyer in the year. But whatever. That's just my thoughts. But it was a wild day. It was kind of nice. We had a bye week in soccer, so I watched a little Red Zone. Even Scott Hansen was kind of thrown off.
Yeah, yes, he was.
Folks, you just don't see this a lot. Let's see. Congratulations, the Sounders made it to the playoffs. Woo! Yep. It'd be nice when they are going to play that game, MLS. Emilio Estevez. All right. We all know Emilio Estevez from
what?
I mean, the Breakfast Club.
We know who he is. I'm just saying, what
movie comes to mind?
The Garbage Men movie. What the hell was that with his
Men at Work?
Men at Work.
Well, me and you like that. We're the weirdos.
All right.
It's also him with Charlie Sheen.
Sure. Oh, he was in.
God damn it! I was talking
about Breakfast Club.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was the wrestling guy. Right.
A lot of big movies.
Yeah.
Young Guns.
Young Guns. That's what I was saying.
Young Guns 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Miles, I'm with you. I like Men at Work, but that's a very specific movie.
Yes, it is.
Well, I think me, you, and Jason are the only, or Veggie Dog are the only ones that know that.
It's a classic. Depending on what your version of classic
I was
is.
talking about it this weekend. Somebody goes, "You ever seen that movie?" I said, "You never touch a grown man's fries."
It's classic based on its age.
Yeah. Anyhow, Emilio Estevez, a lot of people would know him from Mighty Ducks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not returning for the Disney Plus series, basically because the vaccine mandates.
Vaccine. Okay.
You must have a woman named Maxine in the show.
There's no Maxine, right? You're right. It's a mandate. She's got to be in the show. I'm not even sure I know a Maxine in real life.
Never met one.
Not a female. I mean, because what is the? I guess Maxwell would be the male.
You know a dude named Maxine?
No, well, I know a guy named Max. So I was just trying to think, what's the shortened version of Max? Okay, Maxwell, Maxine.
Yeah, he don't want to get the shot, so he's out. He also says creative differences played a factor in his not returning.
And the Mighty Ducks.
Yes.
I mean, how much creativity is going into that, man? Sorry.
They made a few Mighty Ducks movies, but I'm not sure I've seen other ones besides the first one.
I saw part of the first one, that was it. Just not a movie for me.
Yeah, and look, I like Mighty Ducks, but that movie came out when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. It's like we were talking about Space Jam 2 this weekend.
Yeah.
Right? And people
kids love it.
And we had talked about this too. A lot of people were like, it's not the same, this and that. It's like, right, we're also not children. The movie's made for children.
Yes. Yeah, the critics are like, it's not a great. I'm like, are you stupid? Do you not know what it's about?
And Michael Jordan was on top of the world when that movie came out, so it made sense.
Yeah, he was the best player of the league.
Yes.
Well, LeBron is the best player of the league.
Right.
Wow.
What I'm saying is that today LeBron makes sense. Today Michael Jordan doesn't make sense. He hasn't been in sports in forever.
Right.
Back in the 90s, he was. He made sense for that movie.
But if you called it Old Yellow Eye,
right.
Well, it's also tough too. Is I don't think people we really saw it last year in that documentary.
Old Yeller, but no dogs died.
Old Yeller's about Michael Jordan's eyes.
But Michael Jordan also was just an icon. And it's not like nowadays, people all over the world, you have access with internet and stuff to see these people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Michael Jordan, it was like, you didn't see him play basketball. You know what I mean? It was hard to see games. He's in a movie, we got to go see the movie.
If I'm 12 and ask my buddy, did you see it? And he says, yes. Did you like it? Yes. Then I'm watching it.
Yeah, it was that easy, right?
I don't know why. I just pictured you talk to some 12-year-old kid. Hey, kid.
No, I'm talking about me being 12. If I'm a kid. That's my age.
Hey, Joe, you seen the new Space Jam?
Yeah, exactly. Did you see Frontline this week on what's going on in Iraq? No, it's not the conversation we're having.
Why are you not at the bar? Why are you sitting in the restaurant bar talking to this 12-year-old kid?
Because somehow he snuck in. He's got a great fake ID. This kid's got game.
No, you're right. If you're both children, that makes sense. I don't know. I like the idea of you having a beer and just be like, see the new Space Jam? Yeah, mister.
Hey, kid, why are you blowing that whistle so loud?
Oh, man. I do smell like your parents' basement. All right, this is kind of an interesting list. These are some actors who can't remember filming their roles. I'm yelling because I can't speak. One is Frankie Muniz. He can't remember being on Malcolm in the Middle because he has amnesia.
Amnesia? Come on, man. I mean...
Amnesia from having 9 concussions.
What the hell happened to him?
He's also had 15 mini strokes.
Oh, so he's got a medical condition.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously he passes out and hits his head.
I had 15 minute strokes this morning.
Right. Like Michael J. Fox, right? He says he doesn't remember filming Back to the Future. It's a blur. Because he was also working on Family Ties at the time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was super busy, man, at the time that movie came out.
Like Courtney Cox, she talks about she can't remember being on Friends a bunch because she has a bad memory.
I like it. Nah, I just got a bad memory.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That is.
I mean, everyone else gives a reason. She's like, I doesn't remember stuff.
I can remember some things about everything. I might not remember everything, but I mean, I definitely remember when I worked on something for 8 years.
Yeah, but that's sad. Mama get home. Hey, what you guys talk about today? I don't know.
We did the shot.
I think she remembers she worked on it. I think of it more of like trying to remember certain guests, and you're like, oh yeah, we did have them on.
Yes, I know.
We had Evan Marriott on, who Joe Millionaire.
Joe Millionaire. That's what I heard.
I still have no recollection.
Big weekend for him.
Yeah. Is Steve on the list?
Raven Simone's on there for the Cosby Show, but she was a child.
She was a kid. Say you were a little kid, man.
And then Matthew Perry, another Friends star.
I think we know why.
Yeah. He said he doesn't remember filming 3 years of Friends between 3 and 6 because of the addiction at his time.
Yeah.
So it's like this poor guy is like, he's like, oh man, I lost 3 years of filming. Like I was there, but I just wasn't there. And then Courtney Cox was like, I don't know, I can't remember.
Thing is,
I'm like, hey, Courtney, we're talking serious in here.
You could have dated Matthew Perry for 6 months during that time, and basically he just admitted like he didn't remember you either.
Got no idea.
Your whole thing is like, dude, I dated Matthew Perry back in the day.
It's like, who are you again?
I don't even know you. Are you sure you aren't lying to me? We lived together.
What?
Right? I know your mom.
I took you to work because you couldn't drive, remember?
I was giving you drugs.
I was your drug dealer.
Did you cook? I mean, I can't remember. Did we go on vacation?
You got some Monday Night Football on there tonight. Then Jimmy Fallon basically just has Saturday Night Live on his shows. He's got Michael Che and Ed Sheeran.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Family's dog that angered neighbors by killing and eating ducks and chickens. Yeah, their dog turned out to be a fox. Meanwhile, Florida man who masturbated on a woman at Walmart will have to put his D back in a box. Bellevue woman arrested for randomly walking up to a woman before hitting her in the head with a frying pan. Man listens to wife's demands to buy a lottery ticket. Now both have their feet in the sand. And good news, scurvy is back. Yes, the one from Victorian times. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story, we go to Belgium, where a local motorist found a way to beat one of their speed cameras. He manages to avoid getting his picture taken by basically flying past it at blinding speed. The camera has a preset speed gauge that goes up to 186 miles per hour and basically doesn't bother taking photos beyond that speed, so he just hauls ass past it at 187 or beyond to avoid the fine.
I like this guy.
Wow. All right.
I know. I don't know of a single speed camera in the area that you could actually manage to go 187 miles an hour beyond it.
No.
There's not a long enough flat for that to be at least safe.
So I don't know that I have a car that can do 187
right
without falling off of a building.
Right. About to say, my car's going to flip if I fly past a camera going that fast. In other news, to Austin, where a neighborly dispute turned deadly, witnesses told authorities that the pair were arguing as one accused the other of stealing their inflatable bouncy house. The argument snowballed to the point that the accuser pulled a gun and fired all 6 shots into the neighbor. They were taken to the hospital, but did unfortunately pass from their injuries. The shooter has a warrant for first-degree murder.
They fired all 6 shots
all
in
6.
Jesus.
Yeah. Man. Over a bouncy house that he may or may not have stolen.
Right.
What the hell's going on,
But
man?
even if they did, I mean, come on, man.
Right. Right across the water to Bellevue, a woman was arrested for a random attack. For the second time, the woman walked up to a pair of random strangers on the sidewalk and struck one of them over the head with a frying pan before fleeing the scene. Bellevue police ruled the attack as an unprovoked and random attack, tracking down and arresting the assailant.
Yeah, you can't walk up to someone and slam a frying pan in someone's head for no reason.
Okay, well, you need to be clear about that.
Exactly.
Is that frowned upon here?
I think it is.
Okay.
I can bring home the bacon.
Not cool.
Not cool, man.
Not cool.
To Florida, where a man has reached a plea deal on his assault charges. He was arrested and charged after he was caught masturbating on the back of a woman shopping in a local Walmart with her child.
Not cool. Not cool.
That is
not
disturbing.
Cool. I'll take the frying pan to the head.
Yeah.
That is awful.
Yeah. Serving 15 months in prison, the man will also have to pay fines and undergo a psychosexual evaluation, which, not shocked.
Yeah, it's not going to be good.
Sometimes just doing what your wife says pays off. A man made a frustrated stop at the local convenience store at the demand of his wife. He had wanted to rush home to watch a football game while she wanted to make a stop to buy a lottery ticket. They made the quick stop and got their ticket, which just so happened to match enough numbers to award the couple $2.4 million.
And she normally plays a set number, and she took a pick'em.
Yeah, and that is it for your headlines with that. Mike Honk is out.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you up next for the Men's Room Happy Hour exclusively on the Odyssey app.
Yes, indeed, it is all true. But in the meantime, time. We be all about this bitch for 90 seconds. So until then, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
No one is slowing down in this hiring race for the right talent. That's why Principal wants to help you stay competitive by providing a comprehensive benefits package tailored to your company's and your team's needs. Because having the right benefits may help you reward and retain your team so they feel valued, motivated, and ready for the future. And that makes all the difference for your business. From large corporations to small and mid-sized businesses, Principal has the retirement and group benefits plans customized for your goals. Your company's future depends on its people. Give them the tools they need to succeed. Talk to your financial professional today about the right benefit plans from Principal. Principal Life Insurance Company, Des Moines, Iowa. For important information about our products, visit principal.com/disclosures.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
A dad in Lowe's feels just like being a kid again. This Father's Day, find prices to treat him to the gifts he craves. Like $60 savings on your choice of a DeWalt 20-volt max brushless drill or impact driver kit. Was $159, now $99. Or an Ego 615 CFM blower, everyday low price of $199. There's nothing sweeter than Father's Day at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. While supplies last, about 6/9 through 6/15.